Fortunately, the skills you need to become happier yourself are the same ones you'll need for making happier relationships. The first is presence. Although we may believe that we're good at being present with others, most of us aren't. The problem is that other people have this habit of saying and doing the very things that trigger our distressing, intrusive feelings. This is particularly common with the people that are closest to us, including our partners and our children. They're so inconsiderate. We then react to our intrusive feelings by becoming defensive or hostile towards others, or maybe by distancing from them. This is not a recipe for happy relationships. Instead, we need to work on presence. What does presence look like in relationships? Imagine that your partner says that the pasta you cooked is overdone. Honestly, how would you likely respond? Take a moment. And how exactly is that being present with your partner? If your response doesn't begin with something like, "Oh, you find it overdone. You must feel disappointed," then you're not being present. Saying, "Fine, cook it yourself next time," or "You're always criticizing me," or "The pasta is not overcooked," are not being present and are not going to contribute to closeness and connection in your relationship. Of course, what's happened here is that your partner's comment triggered intrusive feelings of hurt, maybe inadequacy, anger, and you likely reacted by becoming defensive or hostile. This doesn't make you bad. It makes you human, but a human in a less than happy relationship. How about presence with children? Imagine that you told your child to get ready for school, but 10 minutes later find her watching a video and saying she doesn't want to go to school. How would you likely respond? I know you'll do better this time. Again, if it doesn't begin with something like, "So, you really don't want to go to school today," you're not being present with her. Saying, "I don't care if you don't want to go, you have to go," or "You need to get ready right now or you'll be late," or even, "But honey, you had such a good time at school yesterday," is not being present. Your daughter's refusal to get ready for school has triggered your distress. And to reduce your distress, you're trying to compel your daughter to go to school. The problem is that your reaction is contributing to your daughter feeling badly. She'll likely feel that you don't understand, and you're setting yourself up for a power struggle. If we can instead be present with our distress, rather than trying to escape it by forcing our daughter to school, we become free to focus on what matters most here, which is our relationship with our daughter. We may still want her to go to school, but through our presence, we're much more likely to get her there without everybody feeling bad. You now have a taste of how intrusive feelings contribute to problems in our relationships. If we can be present with our feelings and present with others instead of reacting, everyone will be happier. There are specific communication skills that are extremely useful for helping us to navigate intrusive feelings. You can learn about them on this site too. These skills help to reduce us being triggered and, to the extent that we do get triggered, to deal with our feelings as fruitfully as possible. These skills will also greatly reduce the chance that the other person will get triggered, so any conflict between us is much less likely to escalate into a fight. And finally, when we use these skills, others are much more likely to listen to and understand our perspective and feelings. In summary, learning to be present with our own triggered feelings instead of blaming them on others is a powerful skill for creating happier relationships. The most potent skill, however, is learning to be present with others in their experience. Working on the communication skills will give you the biggest payoffs for your efforts.